Okay, like you guys saw the title. Now I'm going to start about how everybody has a preference. Okay, and your preference is no more special than mine's or important. Because I know a lot of people will say, well, I guess a dark skinned girl shouldn't have a preference. She should be happy for whatever she gets. Well, not me. Okay. So I'm going to just tell you how I grew up a little bit. So I grew up in California, born and raised in Inglewood, California. And actually, me and my mom and my sisters lived in San Fernando Valley. We were actually Valley girls. So my mother always had us live in white neighborhoods, going to white schools, even though they were public schools. So way back when, I am 47 years old, I was used to white children. I was a black little girl, and they were my friends. Okay. And a lot of people can become friends totally fine with their kids and all this. So obviously, if I grew up around white people, white children, and I was a child, of course, my attraction, once we as girls start getting attracted to the opposite sex, will be a white man because well, a white boy at that time. And so I had my friends who were white boys, and obviously you be attracted to one. And I remember I was attracted to one. This is in elementary school, and he was just so sweet and kind. He was my friend, and he was quite popular. So he had his other friends who became my friends, and he was now you hardly see this. He was blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy naturally. So you hardly see that when it comes to men nowadays. But yeah, so he was my first crush, and he was kind of chunky. Yeah, chunky. I like that chunky type, whatever and stuff like that too. And he invited me to his birthday, and I invited him to my birthday. We were just literally friends. And then, so obviously, I couldn't date. My mother was a really strict Christian. She didn't allow us to date. And I really didn't start experiencing the male company until I was 18. What, 2 years, sorry, 2 weeks after I turned 18, I got my own place. And I was no longer with my mom, and that's when I could actually, start dating actually. So when I was going through school, elementary, during high and high school, all my friends was white, and then it would be Asian, it would be Latino, and I remember the first time I was attracted to a Latino guy, and he was so sweet. His name was Daniel, and he was the tallest Latino dude I've ever seen because I'm 6'1". I am quite tall as a woman and everything else. So it was so cute. I think that was in junior high school and everything else. So I just had this attraction to different type of guys and all this. And now when it came to Black Americans, the Black American kids did not like me because I am mixed. My father's Nigerian, my mother's Black American, and I look different from a straight up Black American person. And people could tell the difference. I've always been thin, tiny, whatever. And a lot of Black American kids bullied me. Now, I couldn't fight. I never fought in my life. No female, no male, because the disease that I'm dealing with, my bones are brittle anyway. Now, I can talk as if I can fight, but that's about it. So I didn't like those kids either. I didn't want to be around other Black kids because they were the first one to insult me. African booty scratcher, you're ugly, you're so thin, and everything else like that too. So it was just so disgusting. I didn't want to be around them. And when my white friends or other people that weren't white who were my friends, those Black people shut the hell up. And ever so they was also my protectors. Okay. So by the time when I turned 18, my first boyfriend, his name was Jeff. I dated two Jeffs, and he was white and he was decent. I was still, you know, we didn't do anything, nothing like that. So he was a nice guy. And then I stopped dating, and I didn't start dating again until I was 22. Then I met another Jeff, and he was like 6'4". He was so handsome and everything else. And we tried to get pregnant, and I did get pregnant, but I had a miscarriage. and it was so devastating. It was so horrible. And so I get a depressed state because I always wanted to be a mom and everything else. And then that didn't work out. And it wasn't a bad breakup, it just didn't work out. And then after a year or so, I met another white man. His name was Jason. We tried to get pregnant. I got pregnant again. I had another miscarriage. I couldn't believe all these miscarriages that I was having. And then I got really depressed and I just did not want to be in California anymore. And I moved all the way to Florida. And then I met my handsome Latino man. And his name was Michael and actually AJ and all this. And we tried to get pregnant and all this other stuff like that too. I got pregnant and I had a miscarriage. I'm like, what is like? I really started to hate God. I'm like, why the hell are you like killing my babies and everything else like that too? But I really destroyed his, that relationship. It was my fault because I think him and I probably would have got married. Okay, I destroyed that horribly, and I just left Florida. I didn't give him an explanation. I came back to California. I did not want to be in California, so I moved up to Seattle, Washington. That was too cold for me because of my health. Then they said, "Well, go to Arizona because it's more hotter than California." So that's how, by accident, I came to Arizona. So when I get depressed, I just stayed away from men for many years. So by the time now I'm in my 30s, and I met a black guy, a dark skinned black guy, and I was attracted to him. He was attracted to me. So we did our lust or whatever. And then I got pregnant, and I'm 36. I get pregnant, and this baby survives. And I'm like, how in the world did this baby survive and not my other three? Okay. And so, but thank goodness it was a boy because I never wanted girls, no girls at all. If I would have had a girl, I would have given her up for adoption and all this. So I was going to have a boy. Me and him knew we wasn't going to work out. So he went his own way. I went my own way. And so I had my son. But then I think to myself, after the getting used to, oh, I'm finally pregnant, I finally have a baby by someone that really wasn't my preference, really. And don't get upset and don't get mad because just like men say that they have their preferences, especially black men, I hear a lot of pastors or other men saying, I married this woman even though she's not my preference. So she was too dark or she was too fat or she was too this. And we accept men's preference, but a woman can have a preference too. So my preference is a white man or someone or an Asian, Filipino, stuff like that. That's my preference. Okay. Now, black men are handsome. That's good. But all the things that would come along with the black man, I don't want to deal with it. Okay. And it's not exciting. I have a black American family from the South and I have a Nigerian family. So it won't be that exciting to me. So this man was not my preference, but yet I have a son by this man and everything else. And I was just thinking to myself that when I go back into the dating field, and I haven't dated for a couple of years now, you know, did I do myself to no longer date a white man and then to marry a white man because now I have a black son and everything else? I don't know. And then sometimes I think to myself, maybe I shouldn't try to date a white man because I do have a black son and he is a dark skinned black son. And maybe he needs to see a black man survive in this, world in spite of the racism, prejudice, and all this other stuff. Sorry, Ron, I had to make more room on my phone. But like I was saying, well, maybe I should marry a black man because because of my son, basically. And And I know people say, well, a black man's not going to want you, a black man, whatever. That's fine. And all this. But I do feel like because I am more comfortable and I feel like that if I marry someone black, and all the stuff that they're going to bring to me, I don't want to deal with. I don't care for. Like, I don't want another black family. I don't want, the only thing that you can do is take me to your cousin's house, mama's cousin, whatever the hell it is. I don't want to deal with all that. And more than likely, we won't have the same preference in watching TV, movies, um, interests, going out, doing different type of things. I don't want to be annoyed. I don't like the black culture. I think it's useless and pathetic. It's not exciting at all. A lot of things I don't care for, I don't like, and I don't want to pretend because it'd be miserable for me, um, and all this other stuff. And then I really can't marry a Nigerian man because, yes, they're handsome and everything else too, but I was not born in Nigeria. So I'm not going to treat you like King, the Lord, because I don't believe in that. And stuff like that too. I don't know how to cook, Benin, where my father's from, and everything else. And I'm not a Nigerian woman. I'm not born there. So it would be a conflict that way too, and the things that a Nigerian man would expect. So I understand that. Okay. But like I said, we accept men's preference and whatever they want to say. This is why. Well, so what? Women have preference too, and everything else. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what, because very soon I will be going back into the dating thing again. But when I do find that I am out in dating, is more white men than anything else, and I'm just rejecting it because it's like, because I got my black son. If I didn't have my black son, I'll be only dating white men probably. So and everything else like that too. I mean, I could just tell you about this stuff that, I mean, I know it'd be minute, but the minute things would be an argument about a lot of things. And like, I just don't want to have a ghetto life. I didn't grow up in a ghetto life. I didn't grow up in the projects. I don't understand different weird things that Black Americans like or whatever. And it's just annoying. So unless this black man is like really culture, where he does a lot of things that's what a black person would say, oh, that's white, that's white, all these stupid stereotypes that black people still have. Oh, it's white to swim, it's white to go jogging, it's white to go in nature, it's white everything. And, it's white to serve, it's white to eat Thai food, or it's just stupid that way. And I don't want to be the sayings that black people say, that is not funny to me, that is not, I just don't want to deal with that stuff and all this. And I don't know, it's just weird. So you guys give me your opinion, Jemima, put your leg down. So just give me your opinion, ladies. I mean, just give me your opinion. And we'll just see. But then also, it has to be a different type of white man. It can't just be any type of white man. It can't be a white man that's intimidated by blacks, or intimidated by my son, or anything else like that too. There's certain type of white men that's like, oh, it's cool, they're fine, they can, but the other type of white man is more intimidated when it comes to black or whatever. So it can't be that way either. So I just never know, but that's what I think about too. And but anyway, my thing is my preference. My preference is white. My preference is a white man, or like Asian, Filipino, because they're really handsome too. Latinos handsome and all that, and everything else. Shoot, yeah. So it's just weird though, because like if you think like so many men are handsome and everything else like that too, and it's like, oh wow, and stuff. And I guess I also want to be, I love it when I see people who are mixed. Okay. I love that. I love it when I see a black and a white together. I love when I see an Asian and black together. I just really like that mixture. I think it's so cute. It's so adorable and stuff like that too. And in spite of this sometimes disgusting world of people thinking that you have the right to, say your nasty racism, whether it be you black or white. You're thinking that because I end up being black, I only should date black. Who the hell you think you are? You don't know nothing about me. You don't know anything about me. Yes, I'm black, didn't choose this color, just like with all of you. Whatever pale face color that you are, you didn't choose it either. But I feel like I love different type of people from different cultures, and I think it's exciting. I'm not intimidated by it. It's really exciting. It's just so beautiful to me. And too bad the world couldn't be like me. Okay, then this world be so gorgeous and everything else like that too. Now, no, you can say, well, she probably just want a mixed baby. Well, no, because I'm 47. More than likely, I won't be able to have children. Okay, so whatever. And then I'm not. I used to want more kids, but not anymore. I mean, I really doubt I could have another child and everything else. So that wouldn't be the reason and everything like that too. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this life unfolds. I mean, I need to gain my weight first and fill up my face first and stuff and all that and start going out there. So the only reason why I'm not going on these dating apps because I want to have more weight on me. I lost like almost 50 pounds and then I've been struggling with that for like 10 years and I really hate it and stuff like that. So yeah, but that's about it. Did I do myself? Now I can't date a white man, be married to a white man because I got a black son. Let me know.